With the highly anticipated release of the Peanuts movie on November 6th, I feel now is a good time to look at some of the wonderful creations that Charles Schulz brought to life as we get hyped up for this big event. There's so much to talk about that I'm devoting an entire month to Peanuts, and I'll be discussing the characters and some of their on-screen appearances. So let's begin with one of the most fondly remembered parts of the Peanuts legacy, their holiday specials. There have been many of them over the years, but I've decided to focus on three in particular that people think of in regards to Peanuts. Their first holiday special was A Charlie Brown Christmas, which what a lot of people don't know was seen as a potential disaster before it aired. This was an animated special that was as quickly cobbled together as possible, with a very short production time as the show's sponsor Coca-Cola demanded it be ready in time for Christmas 1965. And the idea was only conceived in the spring of that year. Schulz, producer Lee Mendelson, and the special's director Bill Melendez only had a couple months to animate the film and record the voices and music. When they showed it to network executives shortly before the air date, almost everybody in the room thought it would air once and then be quickly locked away and forgotten. Yet, as history has shown us, the very opposite happened, and what we got was a very funny and sincere special exploring the true meaning of Christmas beyond the commercialism. While the animation is pretty limited and actually reminds me a lot of the early years of South Park, that's actually a part of its charm, as Bill Melendez and his animation team managed to transfer the simplicity of the comic strip to another medium. The characters still look appealing, and their voices are well chosen too. They only went with children who had little to no acting experience, and that gives it a genuine feel. Vince Guaraldi's music is instantly memorable and delightful, with the Linus and Lucy theme being an instant classic. The original song, Christmas Is Here Again, has a timeless feel to it, with the animation perfectly timed with it as children skate on the frozen pond. Something that was rather unorthodox about A Charlie Brown Christmas is its message. In keeping with the comic strip, Charlie Brown fails at one thing right after the other, and is constantly belittled by everyone around him. In many ways, he represents us more than the other children, as he shows our frustrations when things don't go our way. Even when he gets promoted to a position when, in one of her rare acts of kindness towards him, Lucy makes him the director of the school play, things still do not go as planned. He is the perfect personification of Murphy's Law. There's a really sweet, happy ending, but to get there, he has to go through a lot of hurdles like the rest of us. I think that's a large reason why this special continues to resonate with a lot of people. Also unusual for the time was the use of religious scripture in one iconic scene. With the special being against the consumerism of Christmas, Schulz demanded that Linus' speech be included, and it proves quite effective, mainly because it comes from the mouth of a still innocent young boy. Melendez and Schulz never bash the message over your head, so it manages to work whether you're Christian, Jewish, Muslim, atheist, or any other religion you believe in. This is a timeless special, and it's all thanks to these key decisions the filmmakers made when putting it together. With the success of A Charlie Brown Christmas, the same team decided to tackle Halloween with It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which was just as delightful. There are actually three major subplots going on here, and Schulz and Melendez do a great job of fitting them into 25 minutes. Of course, Charlie Brown constantly falls into problems, although you have to wonder why the adults are so mean-spirited. While it's funny and certainly befitting the character, what person hands out rocks to children on Halloween? It's no wonder children send some of their treats to Charlie Brown after the special aired. Linus' quest to meet the Great Pumpkin is hilarious, with his letter being a fun take on the usual Christmas specials when children write to Santa Claus. Sally's moment when she gets angry at him and delivers a hilarious speech is a particular highlight of the special. But it's actually really touching that Linus never once loses his faith that the Great Pumpkin is out there. And then there's Snoopy, who gets a brilliant sequence where he pretends to be a World War I pilot and does battle with the Red Baron. The use of color in this scene is amazing, and the animation on Snoopy is fantastic. I just love how he stays in character even at the Halloween party, and Schroeder starts playing the piano with Snoopy acting accordingly. While A Charlie Brown Christmas was mostly focused on the title character, this special nicely divided time between the rest of the Peanuts gang too. It certainly stands as one of the best Halloween specials of all time. There being so many holidays to make specials out of was actually expressed by the characters when A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving aired. which continue the humor and sweet message of the other specials. This one mainly focuses on one central storyline, as Charlie, Snoopy, Woodstock, and Linus prepare Thanksgiving dinner for their friends. There are the usual messages about what Thanksgiving is about, while also arguing about what the whole point of it is. Peppermint Patty practically forcing this dinner on Charlie Brown is done in one hilarious laugh-out-loud scene, although this is actually a special where he's not in the wrong here, and does not actually do anything that's a failure. It's also nice to see Marcy get a big moment when she and Chuck share a scene together. Although in an interesting casting choice, Patty and Marcy were voiced by boys in this special. Snoopy also gets some excellent comedic moments as he sets up the dinner, and we definitely see the strong chemistry between him and Woodstock here. The odd thing about this special is how Lucy is barely in it, especially since Linus has a key role here. The special does allow Franklin to get some screen time, which is always nice. It all culminates in the usually well-delivered Peanuts message, and a great final scene between Snoopy and Woodstock, and wait a minute, is Woodstock eating a bird? Good grief. While it may not have reached the classic status of the aforementioned specials, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is still yet another strong half-hour featuring Schulz's iconic creations. And this is just the beginning of Peanuts Month. Join me next time as I talk about why Snoopy is one of the best canines of, well, any medium.